Yo, I just wanted to share this Beermoney app that pays you to walk called WalkWork. Now, it's a pretty interesting idea and enticing idea to be able to earn from walking. WalkWork also offers games and offers for you to earn from, but despite all these things, it makes it really difficult for me to really want to recommend this app to people. And you probably figure out why as I go through this app. But anyways, let's get to my phone screen. Alright, really quick before I start, if anyone's curious on what Beermoney apps I continue to use or cash out from, I do have a monthly earnings page on my blog where I show what I cash out from for the whole month, every single month. I do plan to talk about this on my main channel. I've been very lazy to upload on there for a while now. But I want to have like a dedicated video just talking a little more about Beermoney and what I do with the money, like investing, stocks, crypto, or whatever else in finances. Both of those will be linked in the description if anyone's curious. But anyways, let's get to the review. So this is what WalkWork looks like. There's two ways to earn from walking. The first one is the very top where it shows your total steps. And you get one of these like little chests on the bottom that's like kind of jumping. And each chest will be 1 energy, and every, I want to say like 8 to 15 chests will trigger an ad. Now you can earn up to, you can do like 10,000 steps a day, and that's like the max it'll track. So you can earn up to 100 chests a day and 100 energy. The second way to earn from your walking is these daily walking rewards. You do get 1 present for free, and you can earn up to 6 total. So you earn 1 present from every 1,000 steps that you do. So as long as you do like 5,000 steps a day, you earn all of these, and every present will give you 1 energy. And opening one of these will always force an ad for you to watch. Now there are other ways to earn. You get there from hitting this collect more energy. Takes you to this page. We'll just start with the spin and win. So this wheel has 8 slots to it. And there's 4 1 energies, 1 10, 1 20, 150, and 1 100. And every 4 spins will force you to watch an ad, and you can spin up to 12 times a day. At the very bottom, there's also these chests, and you unlock these chests for every 4 spins that you do. Every chest contains 1 energy, and it will also force you to watch an ad, which is kind of annoying. So you can earn up to 15 energy minimum a day. Now I'm just going to mention, I've been using this app for about 4 to 5 months now, and I've spun this wheel like every single day. And I have never hit anything but 1 energy. Now maybe I got insanely lucky, or the rates are just insanely slow, or it's just impossible. You know, I'm just saying. Now there is a second wheel here called the referral wheel. And this is where you can spin the wheel for real money. Now I don't know if they give you like 2 sets of spins, but they did give me like 2 sets of spins for me. And I think every set gave me like 3 spins. So I got like 6 spins total. Now, I don't know if this is like they meant to code it like this. I'm pretty sure they did. You know, this is just a theory, just saying. But the first set of spins that I got, like the first 3, they felt like they were always guaranteed to hit like the 25-cent ones. Like the 25-cent to 50-cent like slots. And then after like 2 weeks, they gave me like another 3 sets. And those ones felt like they only would hit the 1-cent ones. Now I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they coded this way, on purpose. This kind of reminds me of like the scam Beermoney apps. I'm not saying this app's a scam. It is legit. But there are these scam apps where they have like a certain requirement for you to cash out. And the closer you get out, or the closer you get to that cash out, like let's say it's $5, right? You get to like $4 and I don't know, 32 cents or even $3. It'll dramatically drop the rate of your earnings. And you know, usually these apps are scams, so it's almost impossible to cash out from them. Now this wheel does require you to hit $1.25, and the only way that you can get more spins is by inviting people. Now I have seen people win, and you know, it shows like people winning you know, in the middle. But I don't think it's possible unless you're insanely lucky or something. Unless, like, I'm pretty sure it's just hard coded that you're forced to, you know, get to this amount or close to the amount that I'm at without referrals. But you're probably going to need like a decent amount of referrals just to hit the cash out rate. So I'm going to be honest, I don't think this wheel's worth really caring about. There are games on here, and these games were offered by the Offerwalls of MyChips and TapJoy. Now, usually MyChips is usually pretty decent. They usually pay fairly decent. They also have some games that are like the old playtime rewards. As you can see, like We Are Warriors, it gives you like 9 energy per minute.
Now, all these games are multi-level reward games, and if you're not too familiar with those, they're basically games that pay you to play them. They have a set amount of tasks, as you can see right here, and then every task will pay you a certain amount. And the further down you get, the more energy it costs. I'm gonna be honest, since this pays in energy, it is very low pay. Like I wouldn't worry about this. Just looking at TapJoy, it's also very low. Like whenever I looked at it, I think it's lower than MyChips, and TapJoy kind of, at least for me, it usually has like tracking issues, so I'm not a big fan of using TapJoy. But I wouldn't worry about doing the games on here. It's just not really worth it. They do offer surveys, and you get that from the very bottom in the survey cache. They offer two survey providers, which is BitLabs and CPX Research. Now, I don't know why BitLabs does this, but any link of BitLabs that you click on will take you to the same page. Like, it doesn't take you directly to the survey, it just takes you to, like, the list of all the surveys. And BitLabs is the only the only survey provider on WalkWork that shows you, like, how long the survey will take. Now these surveys are very low paying, by the way, so I wouldn't worry about doing the surveys either. Just clicking on this one, it just takes you to the same page just to show you. Like, I don't know why they did this, but whatever. CPX Research, it takes you directly to the survey, I think, but it doesn't show you like how long the surveys are, which is kind of annoying. And just gonna mention as like a side note, but usually if you don't mind doing surveys, it's usually a good rule of thumb to have as many survey sites or apps that you can, just because it raises your chances of getting like a really good survey. The more survey places that you have, the higher earnings you have, just because you have the higher chance of getting really good surveys, really quick surveys, and really fair paying surveys. Now, this is just not one of those apps, all right? I wouldn't recommend this app for you to do surveys or add that on your list. Now that's pretty much all the ways that you can earn. I'm just gonna mention some precautions and like some caution things about walking apps and WalkWork in general. Now, I can't confirm this, but I do hear that if you're using like a walking app, you it can kind of mess with the tracking if you have like any battery optimizations on. Like if you have battery saver on, or if you have like adaptive brightness, it can kind of affect the tracking. I wouldn't worry too much about it if you're using WalkWorks because it doesn't pay you a lot. Um, Another thing is if you have like a really old phone, like any Android 8 or older phone is gonna have like a lot of tracking issues. I can't confirm this. I usually have like Android 11, so usually my like oldest phone that I have. So these are just stories I hear. Another thing is if you use machines like I don't know, like a train set or something, just to like try to fake your steps, it's gonna flag you. And if you're doing it on WalkWork, you do need to walk at least, I think, 10 feet before it starts counting your steps. Like if you literally walk like 2 or 3 feet back and forth in your room, it's not gonna count it, just because it's not enough steps for it to start counting. Um, and it, like I said, it might flag you if you do this. I can't confirm, like I said. These are just stories I hear. Also, WalkWork also like kind of chunks your steps. So it updates every, I want to say, like 5 to 10 seconds. So once you walk like 10 feet, it's not gonna update it until like another couple of seconds, which is kind of annoying, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Those are kind of like all the precautions that you really need to know about this app. So let's move on to the cash outs. You get there from the home menu, and it's at the very bottom. You have 6 different cash out options. You have PayPal, TJ Maxx stores like Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods. You have Ultra Beauty, you have Taco Bell, you have Chipotle, and Sephora. Now I'm just gonna put the rates up for the conversion rates for all of these if you really care. It's not really that much of a difference, but at least for the PayPal one, like the more energy that you save up for the higher cash out rate, the more it'll be. Like the $5 one for 4,000 energy is about 800 energy per $1, and then the $15 one for 11,400 energy is 760 energy if I did my math correctly. Now the cash out rate or the cash out time is 1 to 5 days. I think that's how long they told me. I received my cash out within 1 hour. Here's a quick screenshot of my cash out just to show you. Now I'm just gonna mention This took me about 4 months to get $5. All right, and all I did was I would walk 5,000 steps every single day, minimum. So I'd get 50 of these chests, and then I'd get all of these for 6 energy, and then I also did my my spin and win wheel right here for 15 energy. So I earned at least 71 energy a day, and that comes out to about 8.8 cents a day, which is slightly under 9 cents a day, which is extremely low. And there's like a lot of ads that you have to watch on WalkWork, which is why I say this app is just not worth it, just because the pay is very low. The game pay is very low, the survey pay is very low. I probably wouldn't recommend this app. I don't know. I'm just gonna close it with some closing thoughts because there's not too much else to talk about in this app. Like I said, I probably wouldn't recommend this app. I think it's very low pay. Like, it forces you to watch a lot of ads, and I understand, this is how they get their money and this is how they pay you, because it's like, how are they gonna get money just from you walking, right? Like, it's understandable, but at least for other walking apps, which I'll cover soon, they at least pay you a lot more than WalkWork does, and the payout options are very low. You don't know if the PayPal is instant. I mean, I did receive my payment in like an hour, which is kind of decent. At least it's not like 1 to 3 days. This referral wheel feels like a bait. The spin and win wheel is very low pay. Like, there's just not a lot of good options to earn from here. Like, even the games are very low. I think these games are like the lowest pay I've seen this year. The surveys are very low paying as well. They're not the lowest I've seen, but they are very low. So there's just not a lot of good ways to earn on this app. I mean, if you want to stack walking apps, then, feel free to. I just feel like there's a lot more other apps that you can use from watching ads. But anyways, if you want to try the app yourself, I'll have my referral link in the bottom. But I'm gonna get back to playing Terraria. I gotta go fight my next boss. Take care.